Hello and thank you for checking out the video. This is the fifth video I'm making on Tales From Rostra, and probably the last one. So in this video I'm gonna go through a walkthrough, talk a little bit about the game, about some design decisions and stuff. Alright, so first of all, this is the main menu. You can see the how to play, and it shows you all the important aspects of the basic stuff in the game and the battle. Alright, there's the controls. This is the contact us page, so if you happen to download the game and try it out, you can contact the dev team by just pressing on whichever logo you want. You can contact them. This is me, by the way, so if you want to contact me, these are the three options. Okay, let's go back. Let's start the game. Right, so the game starts out with the cutscene, and just to give the player like some background on the lore and the world and what's happening. I'm gonna skip through this really quickly. So the main story is this is our character, Fargus. Fargus has a sister that lives in the outskirts of a town called Adria. So Fargus and Brenna have always been in contact with each other. They always send letters to each other. And at some point, Brenna sends a letter to Fargus that her husband has passed away. And ever since then, Fargus has not received a letter from her, and he's starting to get worried about her. So at this point, he decides to leave the military to go. Well, he decides to get permission from his commander at this point, but he's gonna end up leaving the military. Right, so the first thing, the cutscene ended, the player responded to the world map. So as we can see here, everything around the player is identical, except for a small portion of light to the north. In the dialogue just now, Fargus said he wanted to talk to the commander, but we have no idea where the commander is. So as a way to tell the player where to go, we put the light on the north side of the screen. Okay, so before we move on, let's look. We have a new quest, as you can see the pop up there. Press C. We go to quest and we can read it. Okay, so the main quest is find Brenna. We need to talk to the commander. Well, I should go talk to the commander, right? Still no indication where the commander is, but now there's the light. So and the player is facing forwards, facing upwards, right? So you would go upwards, and then you'd find some soldiers. Proceed to talk to the soldier, and he tell you that the commander is in the south gate. So now you know. Okay, so I don't need to go north. I need to go south. All right. So let's go south. I'm gonna move a little bit quicker. This is not in the controls, by the way. It's just this run option is just a power thing, a power key. We don't disclose in the controls. Alright, so you can talk to the commander now. You're gonna request permission to leave, and he's gonna say no, you can't leave. So Fargus decides to leave anyway, but he decides to go find his friends to leave with them. Well, basically he wants to tell them that he's leaving. He wants to make sure that they don't tell anybody because they're close to him and they're gonna notice his absence. So we have a new quest. The new quest is still the main quest, still find Brenna, but now the sub quest is find the others. I need to go find the others. They should be somewhere around the camp. Right. One more thing here. We have an item pickup. We can press C. We can pick up the item. Let's go to our inventory, and you see that we have an elixir. We have 3. We start with 2 anyway, so now we have 3. Okay. So let's go find the others. So here's one thing that I'll be completely honest, I don't really like about the game is you start the game with a bunch of cutscenes because we need to introduce the party. Now, generally in a regular RPG, you would like start with the player alone with maybe a partner, and then as the story goes, the party just becomes a little bit bigger with time, right? And each character gets their own time to shine. But since this was done in like 2 months and a half as a part of a college project, we had to introduce the characters right off the bat, and this resulted in us having a bunch of cutscenes at the beginning just to introduce the characters. So now, if we talk to this NPC, he'll tell us that Ursula is standing in the wood over there. So we go here, and cutscene, and now you're meeting Ursula. So this tells you a little bit about Ursula. She's healing soldier. She tells you the game tells you she's a Elysian mage trained by Circle of Mages. She serves as a healer for the Christian army. All right, okay. So the conversation here shows you a little bit of her sassy side, I guess. I really love Ursula. She's one of my favorite characters that we've written. All right, so I'm gonna skip through this quickly. Farg is telling her that he wants to leave, and she tells him that he asks her for secrecy, and she tells him that she's gonna come with him because at some point in the past, Fargus helped her avoid a death sentence. Okay, if we go back, is to encourage exploration, a little bit of exploration for the player. We have hidden items around the camp. So now we got an HP potion and a hope potion. So an HP potion recovers HP. Hope potion is used to revive the characters of the dead. Okay, let's find Oberon. Again, same thing. It's a cutscene. You get introduced to who Oberon is. So Oberon is an elite soldier who uses a spear apparently, and he's teaching training one of the soldiers. Okay, Oberon and Fargus want to talk. So, yeah, you can immediately tell that they're best friends from how the script is written. He's a high-born Christian loot player turned spearman for the Christian army. Yeah, so he used to be a loot player, and we're gonna touch on that later on. Okay. Okay, again, I can't trust your silence. I'll come with you. But because they're best friends and Farg has helped him in the past, he's gonna risk his life for him and he's gonna go with him. Alright, very cool. Okay, there's a hidden item there, but let's not waste more time. And we can rush to find Freya. Okay, by the way, you can read all the signs. Archery training ground. And this guy tells you Freya's in the archery range. Okay. And you notice we just finished. We found all the 4 party members, and now we got a new quest. All right. So Freya. Freya is an assassin turned scout. She has the darkest backstory, I guess. She used to be the Thieves Guild, and you know, her life would have been a nightmare. Would have been a tragic life if not for Fergus. So now Fergus is telling him he wants to leave, and she's telling him that he helped her escape that life, and she will do anything to help them and protect him. So, alright. So now we're leaving. Okay. Let's see the new quest. Leave the camp. Right? So again, the south entrance. Okay. So the south entrance is if we keep going to the south, and you start struggling, there's a trigger there, and this is where we're gonna go to the battle tutorial. Right? Okay. It's my pleasure, besides, etc. And yeah, Arceus and Oberon will always go back and forth in the conversation. They just can't stand each other in a way, but they also care about each other. It's that kind of dynamic, right? Okay. Okay, so this is the tutorial. This was made by Dom. I made the battle system. He made the tutorial, special section tutorial. So we're gonna finish this fight really quickly. And yeah, spoiler alert, this build starts with all the characters have high level skills because we want to progress the story fast. So I'm gonna use some of the skills. I'm gonna explain more of the skills later on. But Sword of Fury, it's a 1 damage, no wait time. Let's do Bleeding Edge. So Bleeding Edge, what it does is it takes the triple attack points of Freya and damages the enemies with those. Damage one enemy with those, and then takes double the defense of that enemy and damages Freya with them. Alright? Bleeding Edge. And she loses some health. Okay. Should we use... You know what, let's just go quickly. Right? Alright. Did you notice there's a new skull on the dead enemies? We got feedback from playtesters and they said like we didn't know who's alive and who's dead, and we don't know whose turn it is. it's not very clear. So we added the highlighter, like the backdrop behind the character whose turn is active, and we added the skull to the dead characters. Okay. See, I told you we're going to talk about the lieutenants again. So the thing is, every character has a skill, has one or two skills that relate to their lore. So Oberon is a lootenist, so he can pull out his loot, and that would increase the morale of your party and decrease the morale of the enemies, which basically is a buff to all your a random buff to all your characters, and a random debuff to all the enemies. In any case, let's do Spear Dance. So this takes one turn to execute. We also like this. Before we used to have wait times of 2, no, between 1 and 4, but we got feedback from playtesters that it's taking a little bit too long for the battles to finish because you're waiting too much. So we changed it so that we only have 1 or 2 at max. Okay. So let's try to do Rally. So what Rally does is I choose one of the enemies, and this enemy is marked. You can only mark one enemy with Rally, and this enemy starts to take double damage. I can basically kill him right now with just one, and it's 81. He's dead. All right. So I'm gonna show you Spear Dance. I'm not gonna do anything. Okay. Spear Dance, and he's dead. Victory. Well, yeah. We should not have in a regular game. You would not finish the tutorial before this. But it's just about the skill. So. Alright, we have a new quest. Yeah, we've escaped the camp, now we should go to Princess. Okay, let's leave. So this one thing I don't really like about what we've done is we don't have a transition, like a nice crisp transition between the camp or a sub-location as we call them to the world map. But, due to lack of time, we had to do it this way. Okay, we found an item. Alright, so these are the world map enemies. They're a little bit buggy, but this enemy in particular, it's blocking the way, so you have to fight them. Now, yeah, this is clear. Now, first thing you notice is the background has changed. Yes, the background changes based on where you're fighting. So, fighting this area will get you this background, and later you're going to get different backgrounds. Right, let's get some more interesting skills. This has a weight of 1, the Sun Guard Elite. So the Sun Guard Elite, what it does is, well, it's related to the lore of Fargus, because Fargus is a Sun Guard Elite. He used to be before he left the military of course. He used to be the Sun Guard, like an elite group of soldiers. He used to be the leader. So this is Sun Guard Elite. Okay, good to reading. Right, Arrow Rain. You can. I'm not going to use it right now because I want to show you Sun Guard Elite. Yeah, I'm just going to damage one of them. Right. And in the meanwhile, let's do Mana Charge. So Mana Charge is interesting. Mana Charge, what it does is it restores a mana points to one of the characters, and it expands for Arceus' healing points, HP. So you give 50 MP back and lose 50 HP. So let's give Fargus some mana points. And if you notice, like, every skill now, every attack, everything that you do has a sound effect. I built the audio manager to incorporate all these sound effects, so it knows exactly what effect to play for which skill, for whatever action the player takes. Right, it's Mana Charge. Right. Let's try Lutinous, since we're talking about it. Let's try it out. Okay. Now, Sun Guard. Now with Sun Guard Elite is, what happens is, there's a main enemy. This is the main. There's a main enemy and 2 other enemies. What happens is they're all chained now. So this is the one in the middle that I have the pointer at, is the main part of the chain. So if this enemy dies, the chain breaks. Now what happens is, if I damage one of them, all 3 of them will get damaged. Right? And there you go, all 3 of them got damaged. Alright? Let's damage this one again, all 3 of them. The Lutinist. Do you see the sound effect? It's a lute sound again. So whenever the enemy is actually doing a skill, I'm actually not gonna kill him, but I'm gonna do a simple damage. Again, they're all damaged. Again, let's try to attack this one. They're all gonna get damaged as well because they're all linked. Now the link has ended because the main character is dead. Okay, I'm gonna let the enemy do his skill. Okay, card has sound. Yeah, I like this skill. All right, let's finish this fight. And victory, yay. Right. Okay, let's move on. So what do we need to do again? Yeah, okay. So we need to go find Brenna's house. So as you can see, we have an overview map. This overview map updates as the quests progress. Like, you don't have the full map yet. Once you progress through the quests, we're gonna have more items pop up on the map. This was done by my colleague Dylan. Right, the enemy respawned. Let's move on. We're gonna fight other enemies on the way as well. Let's fight this one. So the enemy's a little bit buggy. They should chase the player immediately, but you know, we wrote the enemies, the world map names, I think, in the last hour before submission. So they're really buggy, but you know, for now they work. All right, we showed Sword of Fury, showed Drash. Okay. A Blade of the Fallen. I'm not gonna show that yet because this is an ultimate skill, so I'm not gonna show it yet. I'm just gonna stick with Rally. Oh, you know what? It just do a regular attack. We're gonna show other skills. Okay. Arrow Rain. What Arrow Rain does, damage all the enemies with a rain of arrows. Again, each character has a different weighting sound, has a different skill sound, has different attack sound. They all have the same guard 10, but everything has a sound that's unique to it. Right, so let's try Ice Age. So Ice Age is, she summons ice to a row of enemies, and they all have their agility debuffed. So you can like hit them more surely, right? Okay, I'm not gonna show Line Sprite or Fierce Strike because this is a nice combo that we have. I'm gonna pass on. Right? We're just gonna, okay. Attack, Arrow Rain, Ice Age. Okay. And you leveled up. Now once you level up, you gain a skill point, as we talked about before, and you gain your health and mana points back. Alright? A little bit, and okay, actually let's see. So now if we go to stats, you notice that we have one stat point for each character, right? So if you go to skills now, you'll notice that you have some locked skills. So each skill has a requirement to be unlocked. The Swift Strike requires an attack of 31, requires a defense of 13. Let's go to Fargus stats and increase defense to 16 now, right? And as you can see, the skill is right there. Warcry is right there. Let's remove Sword of Fury and have Warcry instead. Warcry, what does, it increases the attack points of all the allies. Alright, let's see what Oberon has. Shield ally. Actually, there's no requirements. Because this is special build. Shield ally is your starting skill, so it has no required steps unlocked, but anyway. We can shield all allies with defense 31. And they should both, they're both unlocked. I'm not gonna assign it. Freya has Piercing Shot and Idle Miss. Piercing Shot has an STR of 16. Also, okay. I'm actually gonna unlock Healing Aura because this is an important skill going forward. Max Mana. And I'm gonna remove Heal and have Healing Aura instead. Okay. Let's move on. We want to go to Brenna's house. Let's go again. Check the quest menu. Yeah, so we came back. We came to the military camp. We need to go to Brenda's house. Alright. Okay. See, the world map enemies sometimes work. Okay. Let's try Warcry. Never again. Actually, no. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna show you another different combo. Combo that I really like. Okay, so Line Sprite. What Line Sprite does is when you use every attack that's aimed every other character in the party, Oberon gets the head instead of them, right? So it lasts for 3 turns. Nice, right? Okay, see, they're trying to damage somebody else, but it's only Oberon that's getting hit. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna guard. Okay. Fear Strike. So what Fear Strike does, it's a wait for 2 turns. This is an ultimate skill. What Fear Strike does is all the damage that Oberon sustains is shown in the purple box next to his health and mana points, right? So all the damage he sustains throughout this battle can be used to damage all the enemies. So this is why it's a nice combo with Lion Sprite, because you can activate Lion Sprite and then activate Fear Strike, and you can know for sure that you're gonna get a lot of damage out of it. So let's go with First Strike. Okay. Again, Oberon's taking all the hits if they don't miss. Okay. Right. I think he's gonna die? No, he's not. Right. Let's do mana charge. Or not. Okay. Fear Strike still needs 1 more turn. He's still getting hit. Lion Sprite remains active for 3 turns. He's still getting hit. Okay, I'm gonna let Fear Strike run. I'm gonna attack this character. Guard. And he's gonna. Oh, one of them survived. Okay. Again, Lion Sprite is still active. But this is one of the coolest combos that we've made. I really like this combo, and it's really useful against some of the bosses later on in the game. Okay. All right. Alright, so I'm gonna stop here. I'm not sure if we're gonna continue this walkthrough, if I'm gonna do the full thing. But yeah, you can. So what we need to do now is go to Brenna's house. Notice the sound has changed. There's a cutscene. What happens in Brenna's house is you're gonna find a journal that details the events that happened after Brenna's husband died. And you start to get an idea that something is wrong, and there's this suspicious person that has been near her house for a while. So I'm gonna stop here, but the story continues, right? And there are 4 different endings in the game. With 2 major choices that you can make, so you can choose whichever ending you want based on those 2 major choices. There are 2 bosses, and one of the bosses you can only find one of the bosses if you make certain choices. You can reach that boss, and that is like closer to the true ending of this quest. As you saw, the players have a lot of skills. A lot of new skills. We have 25 skills, in fact. We have 9 enemies, if I remember the count correctly. We have about 8 cutscenes or 9 cutscenes. This is not a cutscene, by the way. The cutscenes are similar to the ones of Oberon and Narcissus, just them talking. We have 5 items, 8 equipable items like armor and swords and stuff. We have 3 types of merchants. Yeah, it's a big game, and we did it all in 2 months and a half. Like when I look back on it, it's like how were we able to make such a big game with so many different systems? We have the battle system, the quest system, the NPCs, the cutscenes, the inventory system, the audio system, the world map system, the overview map for the quest system, and the quest system itself. It's 28 NPCs, 25 skills, 4 different enemies. 4 different endings, 2 major choices, 2 different bosses. To me, it's like, wow, we did that in 2 months. And I'm very proud of what we've done. Now it needs a lot more polish. There's still some bugs. There's still some more things to iron out. I would personally, if I can change something, I would probably just go and change the the beginning of the game, because I don't really like it when games take control away from the player. But I guess because we did not have much time to work on the game, we needed to make that choice because we needed to introduce the characters. But overall, I'm really happy with this, and I think one very important thing that contributed to this project being successful is the fact that at the start when we started the project right in September, right, like on the 3rd of September, we decided that, you know what, let's make an RPG, which was for me was an impossible task. I never wanted to make an RPG before because I always thought that this is an impossible task. But as I was saying, yeah, the one thing that I think helped so much is that we had a game design document and a milestones document that detailed what we need to do for the game in general, like an overview of the game. That's in the game design document, and how each system worked, and how each system interacted with the other systems. And the milestones document, which it clearly detailed what we need to do, what we need to finish each week for those 2 months, 2 months and a half to be more precise. And it feels like, yeah, it's that we had an organizational structure that helped us build this. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very proud of it. And if you're watching to this point, well, I'm I'm really grateful. And I hope you download the game, try it out. I mean, it's a fun little game. It's not the best game you're gonna play. It's not the best RPG you're gonna play. But it's something that we put our hearts and souls into it. And it's been a learning experience, and I personally enjoyed it so much. Would I do it again? Probably. Would I do it differently? Probably. For one, what I would change? I would change. I'm not exactly sure what I would change right now, but I guess I would just make the game faster, a little bit faster. Introduce a save load system. We still don't have a save and load system. We could not finish it in time. It just would not work. And yeah, this is one of the things that I actually regret, that we should have thought of the save and load system right at the beginning. But because we lack experience, we thought we can just add the save and load system at the end. But that's not wise. We should have thought of the save and load system right at the beginning, so that it can keep track of everything that the player's doing. All the 9 other systems that are in the game. Because the save and load system is a system in its own right. Other things I would add, we had some ideas for the battle system that were interesting, like the morale system, where that would encourage aggressive plays, where the more you attack, the more morale points you gain, and you can use the morale points to guard and use items, etc. And we had the range system, where each character had range. I think I showed that in the very first video of the game, but we ended up scrapping the ideas because we could not get the enemies to use the range system in time, so we kind of scrapped it. But I would love to get it back. Yeah, I would make the game a bit faster. That's the one thing. I would love to work with an artist, because all the art that you see, we've bought all the art, right? But it's still programmer art, right? If we had an artist, maybe it would look better. This area would not look just like plain green in the path, right? What else? But yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I'm really happy with what we have, and I feel like this is something I can show to people and say, yeah, I made this, and I'm happy with it. And yeah, if anything, if I would change anything, it's probably the art. And yeah, I would add more skills. We need more skills. We have 25 skills. It's 6 for every character except Arceus has 7. I made all of them, by the way, and yeah, they're all cool. But we kind of started thinking about the combos a little bit late. I think I had 14 skills done before I started thinking about the combos and the chaining of skills. And maybe later on I'd do that. Maybe I would add an amplifier to the skills once you do a chain or something. Yeah. But I'm happy with this, and this actually made me realize how much I love classic turn-based RPGs because ever since I finished working Rostra, all I wanted to play was was traditional RPGs for some reason, like the Final Fantasies and the Chrono Triggers and stuff. But yeah, I mean, been a good experience, and if you're still watching, well, thank you. That's great. And yeah, catch look out for more projects that I make, and hopefully they will good. Next thing I'm making is, well, if I don't change my mind, but right now, next thing I'm making is something entirely different. It's a third-person shooter. It's a survival game where there's zombies and zombies come, like just a simple horde game where you shoot zombies. But the interesting thing about it is you can do a little bit of parkour, and you can do tons of explosions, similar to Sunset Overdrive. And the interesting thing about it is once you kill zombies, there's a chance that they turn into chickens. And once you shoot the chickens, they explode, turning more zombies into chickens. And the game is gonna be called Chicken Zombies because exploding chickens. You can never go wrong with exploding chickens. But yeah, hopefully I can get that done. I'm gonna be using Unreal C++, so yeah, it's gonna be fun. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been talking for so long. Thank you for watching, and thank you for accompanying me on this journey in making Rostra. It's been one hell of a ride and one hell of a crunch. Oh my god, it's been a crunch. Again, thank you for watching, and have a good day wherever you are.